Okay, recording. Oh, I got it. There we go. Alright, so this will probably be the last Risk of Rain I record, for a little while at least. I'll probably record something else after this. Maybe SteamWorld Dig 2 or Rogue Legacy or something. I got a bunch of other games. So this time we'll be playing as the Engineer, who has some different abilities. He's not the normal ranged character. He has little landmines he can drop. And turrets. You can put down turrets. I think only 2 at a time. 2 at most. But the landmines can go up to 15. And they respawn. Or reload, I guess. Fairly quick. Not fast for you to abuse the feature, but that's not to be useful. Fortunately, the Magma Worm is not a great boss to start off with. But one nice thing about the turrets is, if I throw one down, bosses and other enemies will go after that instead of me. Which does make things a bit easier when fighting something like the Magma Worm. Because the Engineer does not move quickly. As you have noticed. He is almost as bad as the Enforcer. In fact, he may be worse. Probably those big honking things on the shoulders, slowing him down. I don't know what those are, actually. They're probably just like missile bombs. But I believe the Engineer is also a cyborg. I mean, it's impossible to tell because he's a tiny little pixel man, but he could be a cyborg. He looks like the kind of guy who would be a cyborg. Cyborgs like shoulder-mounted cannons. Okay, so now I can drop this turret, and now the enemies are not spawning, I can fight this guy. Okay, now that he's almost dead. There we go. Okay, either he didn't drop an item, or it's... Oh, there it is. Okay. That was a weird place for it to spawn. Just imps. Alright. Chance to do double damage. Well, that's always nice. Alright, so... Now I just gotta finish off all these purple men. Lemurians, I think they're called. I'm not exactly sure why they're called that, but you know. I suppose you have to call them something. Alright, so we got 108 monies. So I'm gonna go find some boxes and see if we can't get some items that improve his movement speed. I certainly don't believe there are any items that could make it worse. That's right. Nope, that's a good one, but not what I wanted. So that hourglass, if your health drops below a certain threshold, will stop time for a little while. Enough time for you to hopefully move out of the way of whatever just knocked you down to almost dead health. Okay, and there are no more boxes. So I guess I'll just head on over to the transporter and go to the next level. The hourglass isn't as useful as I'd like, because usually when it activates, I'm surrounded by enemies, and I have, I think it's like 7 seconds to try to escape them all before they just murder me. Which usually does not work out, because the enemies always know where you are. They're magic. Oh, you again, huh? It's a little easier if you have this usable item that lets you drop a decoy over yourself that then you can go after for a little while. That would make it easier. If I had that, I don't. I mean, I could pick it up later. I don't know. It's random. It would certainly make my life a little bit easier, but there are probably better useful items picking up. There's, I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like a lantern, the Lantern of Soul, it's called. It creates a ghost copy of every monster currently on the map. Some of the ones you can't see, I think it says currently on screen, and it includes some of the ones that are off. I'm not complaining. But it creates a ghost double of them, and they will attack their original monsters. I don't know why, but it's very helpful. Especially if you're in the swarm. This isn't too bad, but you can just get ridiculous numbers of enemies on screen. Especially if you're using that artifact of kin. It's the weaker the enemy type selected, like it was the Lemurians or something, the more of them will spawn. So if the only enemy type that's going to spawn is something extremely weak, there will be tons of them. Just ridiculous numbers. I think I got up to like 140 or something one time. It was very silly. Okay, I can't get up there. I really was hoping to get something to improve his movement speed, because this is just terrible. But I got this missile drone, and that's nice. Missiles are always welcome. There's another. If I had the artifact of command, I could use it. God fucking damn it! There's another item that attaches, I guess, grenade launchers to all of your drones, even the little dinky ones. Not the healing drones, I think. Yeah. Sorry about that. Dry mouth. I know you all didn't want to hear me do that. Oh. Okay, so this weird fence thing actually gives me access to a secret level. So, if I survive this tundra, I'll come back up here and show you all the secret level. Which probably will kill me, but, you know. It's a secret level. Secrets are fun. Sometimes. Sometimes secrets are murder, and murder is never fun. I guess. I probably shouldn't say anything more on that topic. Snowlums! I love snowlums. I love the idea of snowlums. They're hilarious and dangerous at the same time. Because it's a big killer thing made out of snow, which is really funny. Because you could melt it with a hairdryer. But at the same time, it could knock your block off because it's a snowlum. And snowlums are very powerful, apparently. Equally as powerful as dirt golems, I guess. Whatever the normal dark purpley ones are made of. I guess it's dirt or rock or something, but apparently it is just as powerful as snow. Somehow. Maybe this is really compact snow. Maybe this is old snow that's started to freeze a little. So it's actually ice. They're ice limbs, which does not sound as good as snow limbs. What I really wish is there was a cheat or something to give them like top hats and coal mouths. That would be fun. But it would kind of take away from the menace. Ooh, a snow glove. How appropriate. Yeah, so the snow glove lets me freeze enemies for what was said, I think, 8 seconds. It doesn't freeze. Oh, there's the teleport. It doesn't freeze all enemies. I think it's random, but still. Oh, good, it's you. Yeah, this was not good. This is about the worst they could get for me. And there's that jar of souls I was talking about earlier. Yeah, so this guy, as you can see, is Ifrit. Silent King. Oh, I got his monster entry. Nice. Yeah, he's... Well, I mean, I've killed him now, but he's fairly dangerous. Because of that ability to block you in wherever you are. That ability alone makes him pretty lethal. Because a lot of characters in this game, you have to run away. Alright, now I'm going to show you the ghost jar. Ghosts. Yeah, a lot of the characters are built to kind of, I guess, skirmish with the enemy. Like, you run up, you shoot them for a while, then run off. You're not really built for heavy combat. Because your health is always going to be too low. Even if you have the funky blood vial that increases your health every time you kill an enemy, you're never going to have enough health to just go in there and start killing them. Unless the blood vial stacks. I don't know. I don't think it does. But if it does, that would make it a lot easier to summon more ghosts. Do my work for me, ghosts. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Few remaining enemies. I'm gonna go this way instead, because I want to explore more. Or actually, let's go down this way. And then I'll explore up the other side, so I can show you the secret bonus level. Which should be fun. It doesn't kill me this time. There are extra bosses, basically, over in the secret bonus level. One was called the Scavenger. He's just a boss who does the same thing you do. He goes around and collects artifacts and straps them to his body however he can. He's got, like, missiles and a lightning gun. I think he can slow time as well. No, he can't slow time. He can accelerate himself. That's how he does it. He does something time-related. He casts haste on himself. That's what he does. He's a wizard. He's a wizard, alien, monster, cyborg. Ooh, barbed wire. I'll take that. Yeah, those pods with the question mark, when you activate them, which costs money, they will just flash different items like you saw. If you don't pick one fast enough, though, you just get whatever the last item it shows you is. It's usually, but not always, not what you were wanting from it. At least in my experience. It's better to just grab something you see that you want, if you can hit it fast enough. I don't often bother with those things unless I have a lot of money to spare, or I really need an item. And the barbed wire is not a bad item. It damages enemies who get close to you, as you might expect from barbed wire. But it's probably better suited to a melee focused character, like a shield, like the miner or the mercenary. I don't know where those fireworks are going. There's no enemies left on the stage. I think, yeah. So I think there's 5 melee characters. Let's see this. There's 3 robots. No, there's 6 melee characters. Yeah, there are 3 robots. I missed the blood vial. 3 robots. There's a miner who has laser pickaxes or something. And he has 2 abilities that just move him around the level. He moves around in a very small area. He has one that moves him forward, one that moves him backward. The forward one will shoot him through enemies, and he's invulnerable while he's doing it. The backward one will also shoot him through enemies, but it'll stun any enemies who were behind him when he ends, I guess, the move, the ability. Oh, we got 2 of those now. And it also makes him vulnerable while he does it. Yeah, so, and then his third ability is he jumps up and like shotgun blasts the ground below him at whatever enemies happen to be there. He's a very interesting character. His melee attack actually has quite a bit of reach. So he's not bad. Okay, let's see if I can remember how to do this. There we go. Alright, so here we are, Boar Beach, the bonus level. So as you can see, there are a bunch of piggies down there. I'm gonna summon some ghosts real quick. If you stick around long enough, which I probably will, because why not? I'm not expecting to reach the end of this game doing this Let's Play thing. If you stick around long enough, some bosses will appear. There is a giant boar who summons smaller boars like this, called the Mother of 1,000 Young. Toxic beast. I honestly don't remember. One of these boys has a t-shirt. And the scavenger will also spawn, because, I mean, he doesn't spawn in any of the proper levels except the last one. So I guess you might as well throw him here. More ghosts. Ghosts are my friend. Yeah, so the Toxic Beast or whatever, the Mother of 1,000 Young thing. There she is. Yeah, Toxic Beast, Mother of Many. Oh, Mother of 1,000 Young is HP low down, that's right. Yeah, so her shtick is she will do this weird pig roar that and summon baby pigs wherever you are. You don't even have to be on the same screen as her. You can be all the way across the map, but she can still summon them right under you somehow. So I'm gonna actually go up here and put this turret for her to deal with. Okay, let's summon more ghosts. Ghosts are useful. Yeah, this is... I came here last time I was playing the engineer, because I was trying to remember how to play him. I don't play him very often. So I came here the last time, and like 3 of these toxic beasts spawned, and the scavenger, and then another scavenger, so it was 2 scavengers I was trying to fight at the same time. And I died horribly, obviously, or else I wouldn't be telling you the story. Oh, cool. Yeah. So this is what happens. You kill one and another one spawns. I don't think there's anything you can do to stop it. It's just the way this level is. I think they will just keep appearing until you move. Which is great for item farming, because she does not have a ranged attack. And actually, I'm not even positive that her running around like that damages you if you want. And her little big children can't get over here. They don't have the ability to jump. Cleats? I'll take him. Alright. So now I think I'm going to leave before the scavenger shows up, because he is legitimately threatening. He does not fuck around. He has the ability to shoot just tons of homing missiles. And big balls of lightning that are really quite painful. Okay, so, as you can see, now I'm back here, and I have to do this level again. The upside of this being, I will get more items and experience. The downside being, the difficulty has gone up again. So, this is going to be harder than last time. And in fact, it will probably take me long enough doing this that the difficulty will increase again. But basically, by the time you reach the last level, if you do, the difficulty was, at least in my case, usually max. Because I like to, you know, explore, fuck around, check things out. There's a lot of interesting places to explore. And I'm still missing a few artifacts, so, you know, there's no harm in looking for those. I could just go online and look up where they are, but I'm not really that interested. However, if I find them, I'll definitely go after them. Ghosts. Help me, ghosts. You're my only hope. Yeah, these guys are already more difficult than the previous batch with their lightning powers. Missile powers, all that kind of fun stuff. I like how that guy leaves fire behind him, but it still doesn't affect all this snow on the ground. Oh good, spider drones with missiles, that's cool. Yeah, you can play with this chart. I don't want to play with you. Yeah, so this is a different variation of the level I was just on. Now, if you notice that kind of thing, each level has, I think, 3 or 4 variations. I've probably talked about this before. In fact, I'm sure I have. But it does mean, no matter how often you play, you can't just, know where everything is, because everything's always moving. Okay, and activate. Let's see who our boss is this time. Oh, the Colossus. Okay. I can live with it. I guess. Colossus is a huge threat. I mean, he is huge. It's not much of a threat. The Colossus only has 2 abilities. He has, like, a kind of stomp attack. And he has the ability to summon more golems. That's it. That's all he does. He's definitely not very dangerous. I mean, he does do huge amounts of damage with that stomp. As long as you don't walk towards him when he's about to do it, you're fine. I would say the most dangerous of the bosses, the regular ones with fear, is probably the... what was it called? Shit. It's the Magma Barracks boss, the big turtle that's what it's called. I don't remember what he's called, but he has the ability to throw crap at you from across, literally across the map. I think there's like 2 or 3 areas where he can't reach you, depending on where he spawns in, because the magma is not always in the same place. And so whenever you're fighting him, you just have to keep running, because he's constantly throwing magma rocks at you. So, until... what I usually do is run until I've finished up all of the other enemies on the stage and they stop spawning. Then go fight him, but you could certainly do it that way. I don't really know that either way is easier or better, but, to each their own. Some people are more annoyed by that kind of thing than I am, probably. It is a hassle, definitely. Because those magma rocks do a lot of damage. And they're not easy to avoid. game shows you where they're gonna land, they're gonna hit. But like if they were to appear over here, to my right, and I had to go that way, and I walked to the right, they would still hit me. So your only choice is to go the opposite direction they're coming from, and you can't always do that. Because sometimes there are bad guys over there that you gotta go smash. Ghosts makes it sound very effective anymore. I should probably search for a more useful item for the final boss. Explosive. Oh! Hi. Yeah, so one problem with the engineer is he's not really much of a fighter. You gotta leave it up to the mines and turrets. Against numbers like those, my best bet is to do this. Just drop a turret and go back. Shoot them with these ranged abilities. Summon ghosts. The fact that he's not very quick and doesn't have... It's not that he doesn't attack fast, I guess. It's just that he doesn't deal huge amounts of damage very quickly, because his most damaging abilities are the mines. Or this thing, but you have to stop to use those. Having all these turrets definitely helps. Or drones, I should say. Having more turrets will also help too. There's an item. Yeah, more item. There's an item, I forget what it's called, but it improves your fourth ability on every character. Like on the Robot Chef, his fourth ability is to make all his other abilities stronger, so when you have that on, it makes them like even more powerful, which is insane. But I don't remember if I've unlocked it or not. You can get items you have not unlocked if you're using the Artifact of Commands. It just makes them more available to you. But since I don't remember what it's called, I can't exactly, check if I've unlocked it. Oh, there's 2 Colossi. Okay, well that's definitely going to be a problem. I'm going to go over here. Oh, right, they can just walk across that. I forgot. Tag, you're in. Okay. So hopefully those turrets will be able to wear them down. Before they get smashed, stomped, whatever the Colossi are going to do. Let's do this. Ooh, the stopwatch. I like the stopwatch. It's just not very useful for this character. Also, what the Unstable Watch does, I think it's called the Unstable Watch, it stops time for 7 seconds. Like Death's Hourglass, but you can do it whenever you have the availability. However, because of the way this character works, 7 seconds is not really enough time useful. I would be better off with, I think, a different useful item. That is not what I was hoping for. Snow globe. Have I killed all the enemies? Okay, so I've killed all the enemies, so I'm gonna go look for, stuff. Drones. So this drone, this new one, I don't know if you can see him. He's floating behind another attack drone. He was a laser drone. You get this drone too. Nope, hold on a second. Much better. So the laser drones don't attack as often as regular drones, but they have, obviously a laser that shoots through all the enemies in a line standing in front of you, which is really useful for crowd control purposes. There's another item you can get. It's red, so it's very rare, but using your normal attacks and skills and stuff causes you to build up a charge, and when the charge is at full, it shoots a big laser blast that hits everything on the screen. At least, I'm pretty sure it hits everything on the screen. It hits a lot of stuff if it doesn't hit everything. It doesn't necessarily deal tons of damage. I'm not sure exactly how the damage for that is factored, but it does. It does, in fact, hurt everything at once, which is very useful for this game. Because you are almost constantly fighting crowds. I think the only time you're not fighting a big crowd of enemies is the final boss. Oh, another one of those. Neat. Who I keep mentioning as the final boss. If you haven't played this game before, or if you just started playing or haven't got very far, you probably haven't seen him, which is why I'm not mentioning him by name or what he does, except in vague terms. But obviously, if I ever get to the fight with the final boss, you'll be able to see what he does and what his whole deal is. I could probably just mention him by name, but I think it's more fun to make you wonder, my theoretical audience. I say that like anyone's actually going to listen to this crap. Nobody wants to hear me talk about robots and turrets and mystery bosses. Another one of these. I have no idea how that works with 3 stacks. Let's jump off. Whee! Splat. Oh, I did that. That's still really unnerving to me. Being able to jump like that. I'm terrified of heights in real life. So whenever I have to take a giant leap like that, as a video game character, I get that kind of panic mode, like, oh my god, what am I doing? Feeling. I remember in this is going to show how old I am. In the Spider-Man 2 video game for Xbox. No, for GameCube. It's even older than that. There was this really tall building on the map. The tallest building on the map. It just towered above everything else. One of the things my friend thought was fun to do while I was watching him play was climb up to the very top of that building and jump off. And the very top of the building was like a very tiny radio antenna. So this was nerve-wracking to watch, even though it was just a video game. But he would jump off, and right before Spider-Man hit the pavement and just got smeared all over it, I suppose, he would throw out a web and swing from a building and just go flying. And it scared the crap out of me every time. There's no reason for it. It's just like a gut reaction. You have no control. I have no control of it. It sucks. But it's not really something you can get over. You can't do it. It just happens. It's going to continue happening, I imagine. Until, I don't know, we invent anti-gravity or jetpacks. If I had a jetpack, I might not be worried about that sort of thing. Or I may be more worried because, you know, what if you jump off a really tall building and your jetpack hits? Then you're screwed. Flying cars would be another solution. But again, what if you're like 1,200 feet in the air and your flying car wins? Oh good, it's it. The boss I was just talking about, the evil turtle. Or maybe not evil, but misunderstood turtle. Look, I'm gonna kill him either way, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's see if I can get rid of him before he causes serious problems. Nope, too late. He's already done it. Turret. There we go. Stay alive. Okay, so I'm gonna run. That turret will distract him for a little. Go sprint. Until I have more turrets, I can't really do anything but stand there and get shot. So I'm gonna flee and wait for all my abilities to recharge. This is one thing I don't like about the engineer. Once you run out of mines and turrets, you have to wait for a little while for them to recharge. It's not great. Ghosts. They run over here to get this help. So when you're getting swamped by enemies like this, and you don't have any turrets or mines, that's a problem. Hopefully I didn't lose any of my flying drones. Okay. Yeah, so whatever turret I put down there to occupy Cremator is dead. So it's just coming after me now. Which means I gotta go... Oh, nice. I gotta go fight it. Finally got a useful item. Well, I haven't this is the one I really want. Okay, let's put these down here very quickly. Run away. Hopefully that'll keep him busy for a little bit. And his music was electric. Okay. So there are very few enemies left down there. So I need to deal with this guy before he becomes more of a problem. As long as he's occupied by that turret, I can kind of deal with him, but I mean eventually that turret's gonna go away. See? So now I'm gonna drop another one. Which is, again, somewhat useful. It'll distract him for a little while. He won't be attacking me sometimes. And he's at pretty low health. So I might be able to finish him off. With these weird homing lance things. And some mines. Okay. Good. He's dead. Ooh, Harvester's safe. Alright. So now I just have to go finish off the rest of these enemies. I didn't lose any drones doing that, which is very surprising. The drones are usually pretty fragile. So if I find the gearbox, the one that heals your drones, I really want to pick that up because having a lot of these guys is very, very good. They are very helpful. They're good crowd control. Oh wait, I did lose one. No, wait, there he is. I thought I'd lost my laser down there, but he's just like in the background. He's in the scenery somehow. Magic. That is actually, now that I think about it, that's going to make Risk of Rain 2 very different if it's in 3D, because you won't be able to just have things floating in the scenery like you do now, like these drones. Just hanging out in the scenery like that. That won't work. I mean, unless it has really bad footage, which I don't think it will. I trust these guys. Oppo Games. They seem to know what they're doing. So if you do have flying drones again, they'll have to have pretty good AI to be useful. Which is, actually, I say that I don't think their AI is great right now, but it doesn't have to be because they just follow you around and shoot at your enemies, which is everything that is not you. So it's not like they need to be able to interact with things, they just need to be able to shoot stuff. And they do it well. But that's definitely going to be more of a problem in a 3D game because, I mean, they could get caught on obstacles, they could clip through stuff, they could not have great enemy detection. I've seen all these problems in various games with AI. A lot of things can go wrong with friendly AIs. Sometimes they just end up being completely useless, and it's really disappointing. There was one game, this must have been near 20 years ago now, where you had like an AI army, I think. It was a lot of AIs. You had AI followers, tons of them. And their programming was just awful. I think this was on the N64, which may explain some of it. It was either that or a really old computer game, but there were these monsters that would show up, and if you set your AI buddies to kill monsters on sight, sometimes they just wouldn't see the monster that was right in front of them and murdering their comrades. They would just be, I guess, conveniently on break or looking in a different direction, something. They just didn't recognize the monster was there. Sometimes, as it was killing them, they didn't recognize it was there, which was very strange. Okay, yeah, difficulty's almost maxed out, so even if I fuck around here, there's not too much worse it can get. But that was probably one of the worst examples of AI I've seen. And the monster AI was fine, I guess. All it had to do was run up and kill your allies and then break their stuff. Your stuff, I guess. I think you were building facilities or something. You had to stop monsters from smashing them to pieces, because monsters are something. I'm tempted to say eco-terrorist, but I don't think that's quite right. Because their goal was just to smash, like, big reactor type things. I don't remember exactly what they were called. I still don't even remember which game this was. It may have been. No, that was not. But anyway, that's one of the worst examples of friendly AI. It seems like friendly AIs might be more difficult to write than bad guy AIs, monster AIs. But I have no experience in that regard. I've never coded anything in my life. Except maybe a web page or two. But certainly never an AI. That is far beyond my ability. Alright, okay, it's done. The input from my boss. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like him. He gets up in my face. He does not respect my personal area. He's very intrusive. So now we gotta go with these flying assholes. I hate these guys a lot. I'm sure you can imagine how fun that is, but it's just them from the Artifact of Kin. They are just great. Well, that's not too bad when you have drones like this. But they aren't affected by the ghost jump. I want to see flying ghosts flying around further, crapping at people. Alright, I'm taking this other drone. I'm gonna be the drone man. Okay. These are all mine. You can't stop me. These are my children's. No, my son! You killed them! You monsters! How dare you? I should kill all of them. I mean, I'm gonna kill you all anyway, but now I should kill that. Specifically. Yeah, this is one of the downsides of having a lot of drones. It's hard to keep track of all their hit points. I mean, you don't have a little thing that says drone hit points, it doesn't. But they have exclamation points that appear when they're injured. Damaged, I guess. Living disease. Drone stuff. But when they get too damaged, they will break, and then you have to pay money to fix them, which I've mentioned before. But when you're in the middle of a huge melee like that, you can't really keep an eye on which drones are still working and which ones are broken. So it gets hard to remember how many drones you had before, lost any, how many you've lost, what they did, that sort of thing. I'm great. Aha! I got his tendril. Okay, so that's another level done. Alright, so I'm gonna go open some chests and stuff. Now that this engineer guy can move fairly quickly. Oh, another lightning generator. That's cool. So one thing I still have not figured out is how exactly some of these things work with stacks. I know how some of them work with stacks, like some of them are just obvious. What was it? Oh, I don't have it. Okay. Yeah, there's one that just straight up increases your attack power. So when you have 2 or more of it, it just stacks by, increasing your attack power even more. I don't know if it's increased exponentially or quadratically or whatever that word is. Some math word I don't remember. Where instead of just going up by 2, it'll go up by a little more than 2. Or like 3 or something. I'm sure someone with a college education would know what that would. But some of these, it's not clear how they stack. Like the one that halves item cooldowns. I don't know how that stacks with itself. Does it have the item cooldown again to a quarter, or does it just slightly reduce it even more? And like the barbed wire, I don't know if that does more damage if you have multiple of it. That sort of thing. I could probably like experiment. If I set the artifactor command, I would know. I would just be able to grab those items, so I'd be able to, like, oh, this does this thing. Alright. So now, yeah, let's go to the final level. I don't feel like going back to previous levels to get more stuff. I would like to just, show you guys the final boss if I can. I may not survive that long. The final level is pretty brutal. It has... Wow, okay, so the game is... Oh, the final level is brutal. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so the final level does not have a teleporting thing as such. Enemies will just spawn constantly and there's no way to stop it. And these guys, the Wandering Vagrants, they're just going to show up constantly throughout the level. So, if you want to get anything, like items and whatnot, you have to grab it and run, which makes Artifact Command not an ideal choice when you get to this part of the game. Because of that, if an item drops, you have to stop, select which one you want, and then go. But these guys will just keep attacking all day. Okay. And there are a couple of doors later on that you need special keys to access. I'm talking a little bit louder over all this gunfire, I hope. You need some special keys. Key cards, actually. Not regular, like, Victorian style keys. Although that would be entertaining to see on a spaceship. You need key cards to get into these rooms. There are 4 rooms. You don't necessarily need to go in all of them. But I would like to get at least 2 of the key cards. There's one room that has a gun, a big mounted railgun type thing, that lets you shoot the final boss. And greatly reduces health, which is very helpful. Because the drone, this guy again, does not move terribly quick, and the final boss does. And there's another one that has, I guess it's like a med bay. You can teleport it over to the final boss chamber, and it will be available for use sometimes. It's not always. It's not like you can't just run there every 10 seconds and go, heal me! But it will heal you. I think it has like a 45-second recharge or so. It's better than, not having one, certainly. But the game did not make it too easy for you to kill yourself during the final boss fight. Which is probably the correct decision. Because the final bosses should take time. I feel. If the final boss is too easy, it makes the game kind of long. You know, you worked that hard to get up into here. You should have some good fight. Okay, I've lost a couple of guns again. Because of all these bad guys. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back to them. Maybe. I might come back to them, I might not. Ah, here we go. Okay, so I need this key card right here. This is what I was after. God damn it, engineer. Why, with your cyborg augmentations, do you not jump on top of a box? So, I have one key card. I don't think I'm going to find the second one out here. Sometimes monsters will drop them, but I don't really feel like dealing with these guys long enough to hopefully get one. So I'm just going to hoof it over to where I'm going. So do I want the gun, or do I want the... And the gun is really useful. Oh, cool. There's a rare chest in there that almost never spawns. Too bad I don't have near enough money to open it. 8,650, yeah. Sometimes you'll get an item, useful item called the skeleton key that opens all the chests on the screen. It's really handy. I don't have that, obviously. I have my cool toolbox there. Alright, so I'm going to go for the mid bay, I think. Because if I can keep my drones alive with the toolbox, hopefully I won't need the big old cannon. But I may be making a mistake. I'm definitely, however, going to need more health. Because that's just how it goes. So now I gotta go open 2 doors to get to the final boss room. These doors work a little bit like the transporters in the main levels. When you hit open, like that, the enemies start spawning more randomly. As if I had activated the transporter. I guess they don't want me to go in there. Which is not cool, because I want to go in there. What's the deal? I'm probably going to lose a couple of my drones doing this. But I don't have a whole lot of choice. I have to get in there. And I can't just stand there and do nothing. Or else these wandering vagrants will kill me. Okay. Killed those guys. Yeah, there is a window in this room over here that if I could fly or had a jetpack or something, I could get into and open all those chests, but all I have is this double jump, which is not good. Oh boy, the scavenger spawns. Okay. So I don't know where he is. I can't see him. Or I don't see him. He's not invisible. I just don't see him. Oh, I got some more money. Okay. So I do want to go grab a couple more drones. I saw one down in the med bay that I want to go grab. Because I can always get drones. Okay, so you guys fight this turret and I'll be right back. Or just ignore the turret, whatever. Point is, I'm gonna go unlock some stuff. Should I get the ginger root? The go-to. Not a sentence I can say every day. Okay, so now I'm gonna head through the doors and go find the final boss. I'm just gonna go out of door a jerk. Alright, so once I hit the final boss summon thing, all these enemies should disappear. Okay. So now I'm fighting him. His name is Providence. Bulwark of the Weak. Dunno. why he's called that, but, you know, he is. He's not very friendly, as you can probably tell. He cheats by teleporting like a motherfucker. If I had the gun, it would be up in this corner right here. I may run over there, like I'm running to something, but there's nothing there. It's just force of habit. This is actually the first time I've fought him as the engineer, I think. So this will be interesting. The fact that he keeps going after turrets I'm dropping, very complicated. I mean, anything that makes him not attack me, so. But especially that. Because it does mean the turrets have the ability to just shoot him point blank. You'll notice he's teleporting in front of me sometimes. That's not very nice. What a jerk. Yeah, so when he's attacking the turret like that, I can just stand there and shoot him. But I have to wait a good 30 seconds for another turret to be available, which is problematic. And since he doesn't walk around, he teleports, my landmines are very limited use. So basically, what it comes down to is, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna keep running. I try to keep all my drones alive. And eventually, I'll wear him down. Not by actually shooting him myself, but by letting my drones do all the hard work. Because that's what drones do for. Oh, shit, he's using that. I don't know what that ability does, because I've never been hit by it. But I imagine it's not great. I have a tendency to run away when bosses start summoning big circles around me. Sorry, I had to pause there to get a drink of water. I'm just getting so excited. Okay, so now he's summoning these guys. The Gilded Worms. Who are like mid-bosses. Or mid-bosses. Mid-boss worms. So, much like the Magma Worm, they count as several enemies for the purpose of targeting and such. But you, they are much more dangerous than the Magma Worm. Because they are much more flexible than the Magma Worm, somehow. And I don't think they're distracted by my turrets the way Providence is. So, I don't think I can get monster entries for these guys. Maybe I can, I don't know. But I do have Providence's monster entry, index entry, whatever you want to call it. And it does not tell you a whole lot about it. Okay, that was a lot of damage I just took. I had better run away from the bait then. Okay, so I healed myself. And now I'm gonna run. Yeah, I don't have a great time fighting these guys, especially as this character, because they're very agile, and I am not. And there's two of them. My usual strategy, when I'm playing as other characters, is to take one of them down, and then finish off the other one, but that's not really going to work here, because I can't really stop and use my attacks the way I would like to. So I'm just going to do what I was doing before, run and let the drones fight them. Which is not great, I mean, not the way I'd like to fight them, but you gotta do what you gotta do if you want to beat the game. Which I very much do. Okay, so one of the worms is dead. Done. Down. And the other one doesn't have much health left. Okay, so in the next part of the fight, Providence is going to be back with Vengeance, part 2. But he's also going to summon a shadow. A copy of him that will also appear. These two robots. So these robots are just like the other robots. They have two little spheres that they shoot out. But it does show you where they can shoot. If you're not there, I think you don't take it. So, but I think once I destroy those, Providence summons a shadow. I don't exactly remember. I'm not gonna go after them real hard anyway. I'm more interested in taking out Providence. He's a jerk. Okay, there's his shadow. I see it now. Yeah, so now I'm fighting 4 opponents. Or rather, my drones are fighting opponents while I cart them around. I'm just a drone caddy at this point. That's all I'm good for. Drone caddy. Yeah, so I have been hit by Providence's shadow ring ability, whatever it's called. It knocks your health down to 1, basically. It's not great. It pretty well killed me, if I remember correctly. And you can kill the shadow. I've done it a couple of times, but the shadow just respawns. Providence can just summon it back. So you're much better off trying to kill Providence, and if you can, take down these 2 robot guys. Who are also jerks. Providence is not a fun guy. I imagine people get invited to a lot of parties. I also don't know what the hell he's doing, or really anything about him. I don't think anyone does, except maybe the creator. The creator may not have written anything for it. He may just be a boss. He may just be an unexplained monster. The mystery element does intrigue me. I like mysteries. Mysteries are interesting. But, you know, sometimes you don't write a solution, you just let people come up with their own theories. That's lovely. And in a case like this, it doesn't really matter what or who Providence is. Oh, I killed his shadow again. Because, I mean, there's no real interaction with him. He's just trying to kill you, and you gotta get up and kill him back. That's how it goes. I didn't mean to press that button. There we go. Okay, now I meant to press that button. Okay. So he's killing that drone over there. He is almost done. There we go. Got him. I killed him. He called me a monster. I don't care. I've killed him, so time for the credits. Let's see what happens. As we fly off in this ship. And so he left. More steel and circuit than man. Okay, I guess he's a cyborg. I mean, I already thought he was a cyborg, so that doesn't really change anything. Yeah, and the ship's full of dead monsters. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this picture here on the left is to give you an idea of just how freaky your character looks after you're done. That's the commando. Holding an electric ukulele, a monster skull. He's got a worm wrapped around his leg. All those items I recognize. He's got the missile launcher. I think the big halo is supposed to be the barbed wire, maybe, but I don't know. It's way less items than I usually end up with, I can tell you that. Yeah, so scrolling on the right side of the screen are all the monster names. I have most of these entries, I think. I think I don't have the Colossus, the Imp Overlord, Ifrit, the Toxic Beast, the Cremator, and the Scavenger. And I got one of those. I think it was Ifrit on this run. So after these credits are over, I'll go take a look at that. I don't know if anyone has any interest in watching the whole credits. But I can talk about stuff while the credits go on. Oh, he's got a ring of monster teeth on him too, the commando. He's wearing it like a necklace. That's cool. Yeah. Ike. Just one person listed as Ike, lowercase. It's a lot more people than I thought, but a lot fewer people than like a big AAA video game would have. It's surprising how few people you need to make a game this good. I guess as long as you have good ideas and you know what you're doing. Okay, I won. Level 17 times 60. Yeah, whatever. Alright, monster log. Ifrit. What's your deal, Ifrit? Damage 17 points. Top speed 28 miles per hour. Field notes. Could this be? Tales I never believed recounted a horrible beast. Fire incarnate. Scourge of another solar system, the Ifrit nearly wiped out an entire space colony before being chained and launched into the Great Black Void. Supposedly, the flaming jets that accompanied his roars could be seen for days as he drifted outward. Great towers, what must have been the containment structure used to trap this monster, prevent his escape even on this forsaken plane. The only explanation I have for my surviving this legendary encounter is his many years drifting in space and having been fettered in this unforgiving frozen wasteland. Oh, so those big door things he summons must be part of his prison, I suppose. Alright, that's it.